Welcome! We are glad you are interested in ASC's Creative Renewal Fellowships. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg community is home to many exceptional creative individuals, and this program aims to help those artists, performers, historians, and scientific explorers thrive here. The purpose of a Creative Renewal Fellowship is to invest in the creative and personal renewal of those individuals who contribute to our region's cultural landscape. Similar to a sabbatical in academia, the Creative Renewal Fellowship helps creative individuals recharge their energies and ideas so they may continue to contribute to a vibrant arts, science, and history experience that makes Charlotte interesting. Creative Renewal Fellows have been able to travel for inspiration and connection with other professionals in their field, take time to work more intentionally with mentors, and to explore new aspects of their creative practice without the pressure to produce specific outcomes. What are the experiences you would embrace if you received a Creative Renewal Fellowship? Perhaps an apprenticeship, a new line of research, a conference, or a retreat? We are looking for a proposal with specific activities within the 15-month fellowship time period, but are open to your ideas for what those activities would entail. Each Creative Renewal Fellowship recipient receives $10,000 to apply to the activities that they participate in during the course of their fellowship. Eligible applicants need to be individuals who have been a Mecklenburg County resident for at least the last 3 consecutive years. We are looking for folks who have professional creative practice for at least 10 years, generating the majority of your income from the past 3 years while you've been in Charlotte. We welcome folks who are working in the fields of visual arts, folk arts, performing, literary, science, history, and multidisciplinary fields. If you are a sole proprietor, creative entrepreneur, or a contract employee, you are welcome to apply for a Creative Renewal Fellowship. This program does not include individuals who work full-time in a business, school, or cultural organization unless that business is yours. There are 3 main components required for your Creative Renewal Fellowship application: an up-to-date CV or resume that chronicles your creative practice of at least 10 years and also indicates how you have been generating income from that practice in the most recent 3 years. We appreciate that this may mean adding clarification not typically present in your resume. Take care to name work where you received commissions, financial awards, and grants to support your professional activities. Next, we will ask you to address specific questions about your work to date and what you will undertake as your renewing activity if you receive the fellowship. Third, we require each applicant to provide us work samples that demonstrate your creative achievements. That can take one of 3 forms. You can submit up to 10 images of your work for visual arts. You can provide up to 10 pages of writing sample or manuscript. Finally, you can submit up to 5 minutes of video or audio media as your work sample. Pick one of these 3 forms. We appreciate that many artists work across these different forms. We encourage you to select a work sample from that most closely aligns with the creative exploration you are proposing to undertake if you receive the fellowship. We do not require a detailed budget, but in your narrative, it should be clear that the activities you propose will both require some financial support and can reasonably be accomplished within the context of the $10,000 investment from the Creative Renewal Fellowship. All applications must be submitted through ASC's online portal. You'll begin on the Creative Renewal Fellowship webpage and from there find how to apply and click here to enter the portal. If you have applied to ASC for grant funding before, you can enter your email and password. If this is your first application to ASC, find the small print circled here for new applicants to create an account. The application will require you to upload narrative responses to the following 4 questions on a template that is provided within the application online. In total, your response should be under 3 pages. Each question should be given ample response, so your answer should be about equivalent length for each of these 4 questions. The first question is asking you to describe your work. Why do you do what you do? How have you generated the majority of your income through that work over the past 3 years? And what kind of work has that been? Second, we ask for your plan for creative renewal. What are you proposing you will undertake? Third, we want to know the link between your current work, how this fellowship will renew you, and what effect that fellowship will have on what you propose for your future work. Finally, how will this process renew you personally? How will this process inspire you professionally? What makes your proposed creative renewal experience so important for you to undertake at this precise time? You can upload all your materials at once in our online application system, or you can do a piece at a time. We recommend that you save your resume, narrative forms, and work samples together on your computer. You'll browse for each component, and once found, hit upload. You can upload a piece at a time, being sure to save and finish later if you need to return and aren't yet finished. And when everything is in place and final, enter, review, and submit. You'll receive an email confirming receipt of your application. If you don't see that receipt, be sure to double check that you have everything uploaded and attempt submitting again. ASC will carefully review all applications received. The first step in that process is for staff to review all submissions for completeness in responding to the questions and the eligibility of the application. From there, the applications will be reviewed by a panel of individuals with expert experience in the fields represented within the applicant pool. This panel is chaired by a member of our board of directors. The panel will assess 4 components. First, the quality of your creative work as evidenced in your work samples and resume. Second, the strength of your proposed fellowship activities. Third, how well you have connected the renewal activities to both your experiences to date and your career trajectory moving into the future. And finally, they look for evidence that this fellowship can have a significant impact on your personal and professional renewal. We look forward to receiving many compelling proposals. When reviewing your final drafts, or even better, when you ask a friend to help you review your application, is it clear what your renewal activities are that you will be undertaking and how those activities will give inspiration to your future work? Is there some urgency to your request? Why is now the right time for you to engage in this renewal experience? Remember, this program is designed to renew your creative practice. It is not meant to fund community projects. Finally, take care to provide the very best samples of your work available. Creative Renewal Fellowships are awards for those achieving excellence in their professional creative practice, and you want your work samples to highlight those achievements. It is important that you begin preparing your Creative Renewal application early and that you submit your application on time. Late applications will not be accepted. We know that technology can have its glitches. An early submission will assure you that those glitches do not prevent you from turning in your application on time. If you do have any questions about the fellowship, the application, or your proposal, You may email me at liz.fitzgerald@artsandscience.org. Thank you for considering applying for the Creative Renewal Fellowship and for all you do to make Charlotte the vibrant community that we live in.